Welcome to our Scratch introduction. In today's lesson, I will just be showing you the different parts of the screen in Scratch so you can understand how to get around and do some of the basic things. We can start at the top left corner here. So this button here makes your stage full screen. This part is your stage, right over here where Scratch lives. This is where the code displays what it does. Over on the right, that's where the script actually goes. This is the sprite Scratch. You can see down here. This is his sprite. You can add more sprites. If you click just below the screen, you can choose one from the library. Lots of sprites to choose from. You go down. There's many different categories: letters, numbers. There's also, you can draw your own sprite. You can upload a sprite from a file. If you download something from the web, for example, you can use that as a sprite. Or you can actually, there's a camera as well. You can enable your camera. Probably shouldn't have clicked on that, but you can take a picture with your camera, or even if you have a camera on your computer, which I know we don't in the lab, but if you had it on a MacBook or something, you could use that. You can capture a sprite that way. So we can add another sprite here. Let's just get another guy in here. How about some bananas? Let's add some bananas. We'll hit OK to add it. And now we have some bananas in here. Put that over here. This can be moved around the screen. You can also add a background. You can choose a background from the library. Again, many choices. We can choose a background too. How about a blue sky? So now we have a background. And the reason it's selected over here in the script screen, is that you could actually modify this. You could draw on this or change the colors or write text on it. You can change the screen. So I'm going to click back on my sprite to get back to the code section. And you can also, as the same thing, upload a backdrop from a file. If you have something that you drew offline or downloaded from the web, you can use that backdrop. And again, you can do it from a camera. If we click up here, this is the costumes. You could change the color of your cat. It's the same if you probably use in some drawing programs. Like I could make my Scratch make him into a black cat by coloring him in, some parts black. You could modify the sprites in any way. They call them costumes on the sprites. You can also have sounds. They have a library of sounds. You can sample them yourself, especially if you're using headphones. You can also record your own sprite, or again, upload a sound from a file. So like if you had downloaded a song from the web or have something on your computer, you could play that in the background too by uploading it. Going back to scripts, each of these words here are new blocks of code. So we're familiar with most of these motion blocks, not all of them. In fact, there's probably a lot of the blocks here we haven't talked about yet, so I'm not going to go into each kind in this video. But playing different sounds, these are some of the drawing blocks. We haven't talked about variables yet. These are some of the start blocks. You'll probably need these to run some of your scripts. Control blocks, like delays and things. Sensing blocks. Operators. So we haven't gone over when we're going to use math in the blocks yet, but and then you can make your own custom blocks or functions, and we'll talk about that later. I guess the one other thing up here, well, a couple of things this is the green flag is usually how we set most programs to start. So in your control block, in your event block, you could put that could start off it's like similar to the when run we use in code.org. I mean, you could also start it on a key press or when somebody clicks the screen, but this is typically how we start it. So this starts the program, whatever you had run over here. And of course the stop sign stops it. Now the other thing, I want to introduce you to these X and Y coordinates. Some of you might have had this well, probably not in 5th grade, but you'll definitely have this more in middle and high school. But each of these, as you see me move my mouse, these coordinates change, and these will be useful when we're programming because it'll give us exact locations on the screen if we want something in a specific location in the game. Okay, so these X and Y coordinates are important. A couple things up top here. You can, the duplicate button up here, if I click that and then click on an object, it will be duplicated. So now I have actually 2 bananas. You could also delete an object by clicking the scissors and clicking on that object. You could make an object grow, so I can click on it and make the bananas bigger, or click on the shrink button and make them smaller. That's all I want to teach with this video to introduce Scratch today. If there's specific questions you have just on anything on the screen, you can try clicking around and figuring it out, or you can leave comments in the Google Classroom, and I'll make sure I cover them in class with you or make a add on to the video. So please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.